Today we'll be learning about decimals to mixed fractions, adding decimal numbers, subtracting decimal numbers, and more problems about decimals. So starting off with decimals to mixed fractions. So basically the first thing we have to do is you have to turn this into just a regular fraction. So 1.2 is going to be 1, and then this 2 is in the tens place, so it's going to be 2 tenths. So after we turn 1.2 into 1 and 2 tenths, then we gotta turn this into a mixed fraction. And the way we do that is we multiply the denominator, which is 10, by 1, or by the whole number, which is 1, and then we add 2. So 10 times 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And then you just put it all over 10. Okay, so for number 1, it'll be 12 over 10. Let's try number 2. 1.9 is also written as 1 over 9 over 10 because 1 is the whole number and 9 is in the tens place, so it's going to be 9 tenths. And now we turn this into mixed fraction, and we do denominator, which is 10 times 1 plus 9. So it's going to be 10 plus 9, which is 19. And then you just keep the denominator, and it's going to be 10. Let's just try one more. Number 3, 2, so the whole number is 2. And we have 8, and that's in the tens place, so you do 8 tenths. Then you multiply the denominator by the whole number. 10 times 2 is 20, and then you add the 8. So 20 plus 8 is 28, and you keep the 10. So it's going to be 28 over 10. And actually, let's just do one more. Number 4. So whole number is 2, and then the 3 is in the hundreds place, so it's going to be 3 over 100. 3 over 100. And then it's going to be the denominator times 2, which is the whole number, and then you add the 3. So 2 times 100 is 200, plus 3 is 203, and you just put it all over 100. So number 4 will be 203 over 100. Now we'll be looking at adding decimal numbers. So number 1, so the way we just add it is we just add it like we just add regular numbers, but you gotta line up the decimals. So as you can see, it's 2.5. Then you gotta line up the decimals. So the decimals are right here, and then it's gonna be 4. And then we just add regularly. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 2 plus 0 is 2, and then you bring down the decimal, so it's gonna be 2.9. Number 2, so it's gonna be 3.5 times plus 0.7. Remember, line up the decimals. 7 plus 5 is 13, so you move on here. 1 plus 4 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4, and then you move down the decimal straight down, so it's going to be 4.3. And let's do number 3, 6.6 plus 0.9. This 6 plus 9 is 15. So you move on here, and you bring down the decimal. You could do that at the end right now. I'm just going to do it right now. You bring down the decimal, and then 1 plus 6 is 7. So you get 7.5. And let's just do one more. 8.3, it's number 4, plus 1.4. It's going to be 3 plus 4 is 7. Bring down the decimal, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. So number 4 is going to be 9.7. So now subtracting decimal numbers. So this is the same thing, except and you just have to subtract. So even for this, you gotta line up the decimals. So remember, you just gotta be lined up. And then you subtract. So 7 minus 3 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. And then you bring down the decimal, so it's be 4.4. One more, 8.1 minus 0.4. 1 minus 4, you have to borrow, so it's 7 here, and then this becomes 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. 7 minus 0 is 7, and you bring down the decimal, and it becomes 7.7. 9.4 minus 5.1, and just the same thing. 4 minus 1 is 3. Bring down the decimal. 9 minus 5 is 4. So number 3 is going to be 4.3. And let's try number 7. So 76.52 minus 13.24. 2 minus 4, you can't do that, so you borrow from the 5, so this becomes a 4. And then this becomes a 12. The 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring down the decimal point. And then 6 minus 3 is 3. 7 minus 1 is 6. So you get 63.28 for the answer for number 7. So now let's look at word problems. Number 1, it says Mike and his class placed color blocks on scale during a science lab. The blue block weighed 0.63 pounds and the red block weighed 0.02 pounds. How much more did the blue block weigh than the red block? So the blue weighs 0.63 and the red one weighs 0.02. And then it's asking how much more did the blue block weigh than the red block, and that means you're going to subtract 0.63 and 0.02. So 0.63 minus 0.02. And line up the decimals. So it's going to be 3 minus 1. 3 minus 2 equals 1. 6 minus 0 equals 6. And then you bring down the decimal. So for number 1, you would put 0.61 pounds. 0.61 pounds. And let's just do one last one. More problem number 2. Jessica had 4.8 grams of pepper. Then she used 1.8 grams of the pepper to make some scrambled eggs. How many pepper does she have left? So she starts with 4.8 and then she uses 1 point and then she's asking how much she has left. So you do 4.8 minus 1.3 and that's 8 minus 3 equals 5. Bring down the decimal point and then 4 minus 3 equals 3. So it's going to be 3.5 grams of pepper left. Okay, and thank you for